Good morning, this is Marie. Welcome to He Reigns Church. And today we are going to go to the book of Exodus. Chapter 15, verse 26. If you will give earnest heed to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, and give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of the diseases on you which I have put on the Egyptians. For I, the Lord, Yahweh, am your healer. And the word for healer in Hebrew is Ropheka. So he is saying, I am Yahweh Ropheka, your healer. In English, we pronounce that as Jehovah Rapha. But I like the way that it was originally. And I wanted to tell you about, I have experienced this personally, in small ways, and never in a big jumping out of a wheelchair kind of way until about 3 weeks ago. And in church, this lady named Shirley, who does an altar call from time to time, said that she just felt that the Lord was telling her that there was someone who needed their back healed. And of course, back problems are a big problem. So, quite a few people went up there, including me, because as you know, if you have watched any of my videos from the past, that I was born with a bone disease, and it has affected every joint and every bone in my body. And I've had many, many surgeries trying to correct the things that have gone wrong. But the doctor said in my back, because my spine was in such horrible shape, I had cracked discs, I had one that had just simply disintegrated, and the one above it was kind of hanging down, pushing on the one that should have been below the one that disintegrated. And my back is just from from my entire spine, from neck to tailbone. And I've had surgery on my neck, and my neck is fused all the way from C4, C5, C6, and C7 are all fused together. And so I have quite a bit of neck pain and, a hard time sleeping. And I use the lidocaine patches on my neck at night just so I can get a little relief and be able to sleep at night, not waking up so often with my neck hurting. Like it is this morning, because I tried to mow some more this morning and all of my muscles hurt badly, but that is not the same thing. So the doctor told me that in order to fix my spine, it was going to be a 12-hour surgery, and he would have to put rods up and down my spine. I would be flat on my back for a year to heal, and then another year and a half to learn how to function again with my spine in that condition. I said, no, thank you. I was upright walking around, and I will stay upright. It was not something I wanted to have done. It didn't sound like fun. And anyone who knows me knows that being flat on my back for any amount of time is not going to work for me. So I refused the surgery. And this was more than several years, many years ago. And my back has continued to decline to the point of where even sweeping the floor caused me so much pain I would have to lay down for a couple of hours just to be able to get up and do another thing. And and I live on a farm, as you all know, and I have a goat that has to be milked, and I have animals that have to be fed and watered and all of that, and that's heavy work. If you've ever worked on a farm, you'll know that it is it's not an easy job to do. And I haul hay, I haul 50-pound bags of feed, and it is very difficult on me. But when Shirley made that call that morning, and I went forward, and the lights were down, and there were several people up there, and I laid hands on some people and prayed for them, and then the lights were coming up and people were going back to their seats, and I was like, no one has prayed for me, and I am not leaving until Shirley prays for me. I had never met her before, but I was absolutely convinced that when she prayed for me, God had called me specifically to get prayed for by her. And when I went to her and told her about my spine, and she, every time, and they can't come in at the same time. It's always one at a time. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, folks. But as she got behind me, and as she began touching my spine all the way down to my tailbone, that's my chihuahua, and prayed over me. My inner being began to fill with heat. I mean, so much heat. It was like I was being set on fire from the inside. And I couldn't hardly stand up on my own, and I was speaking in tongues and praying and praising God, and I knew my spine was being healed, and it was. God healed me. And from that day, the last 3 weeks, I have been able to do all of my work here at the farm without having to lay down, without having to stop and take a break, because I'm fine. My spine is healed, and this has been a lifelong problem with me. Now, is my complete body healed? No. I still have neck pain. I still have hip pain. I still, the arthritis. I've got osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, and it causes me a lot of problems. But my spine is healed. The part of me that holds me upright, that keeps me walking, that allows me to bend over and to pick things up and to carry things and to mow the lawn. And as soon as the muscle soreness is over, I'm going to feel so much better about mowing the lawn. But I am so grateful, so grateful. And I just wanted to share with you that, for all of my life, people have prayed for me at different times, and have prayed for my spine, have prayed for my bones. And I have never really seen any kind of healing. But 3 weeks ago, I did. God finally healed me. Why did he wait? I don't know. I can't answer all of the questions, but I do know he healed me, and I am so grateful, and I praise his holy name. He is truly Yahweh Ropheka, our healer, and he always will be. So depend on him. If you have a problem, heart problem, I'm just seeing heart right now, heart and lungs, heart and lungs is what I'm seeing right now. Kidneys, heart and lung and kidneys, those problems, I'm seeing a lot of that right now. God is showing me heart, lung, and kidneys. So if you have a problem with one of those, please leave me a comment or send me an email at church.hereigns@gmail.com, and I will be happy to pray for you. I want to pass on the healing that I experienced, and I believe that once you're healed, that's your duty, is to pass it on to others. And yesterday at church, we had a newcomers luncheon after services, and I went to that, and because before I went to church and I was doing my daily devotion and Bible study, the Lord told me, when you see her, be sure and tell her what happened. And I do know when I pray for people, I like to know, did God answer your prayer? What happened? Let me know, because it's an encouragement to me. And so I went to her during the luncheon, and I told her what happened. And, this was so precious, because she told me that before she came to church and she was doing her devotion and her Bible study, that the Lord had just brought to mind me. And she said, I was just wondering, did God heal her? What happened to her after the prayer? And so, God had us on the same page, and that's how he works. For me to be healed and to tell her, it encourages her to continue to pray for other people. Now, she doesn't heal anybody. No. That's God that does the healing, but through her and through her hands and through her faithfulness. So I just want you to be encouraged today. No matter what you've been praying for, no matter how long you've been praying for it, Yahweh Ropheka is here to heal you today, right now. In the name of Jesus, I pray healing over anyone. For the headaches that you can't get rid of, I pray for that. for the problem in your lungs, for your heart problem, your kidneys. I pray over those right now. I pray for those with diabetes right now that you will not need insulin at all. And I'm going to tell you something, and this is maybe going to be hard to hear, but a lot of the problems that come with your joints and that affect your heart, your lungs, your kidneys is too much weight on your body. And losing weight is the best way that you can help heal yourself. A lot of diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, is from overeating and carrying too much weight. Lose weight. And I have been on keto. I used to be very heavy. I weighed 238 pounds. So I know what I'm talking about. I lost 110 pounds. And I have been living the keto lifestyle for 10 years now, and 10 years in August. And let me tell you something, it is not a diet. We think of diets as something that we do for a week, for 2 weeks, to lose a few extra pounds for that new dress, or to go to somebody's wedding, or to get whatever we're going to do to fit into a new wedding dress. Whatever it is, we go on a diet for a few weeks and lose that weight. But as soon as the special event is over, we go right back to eating the way that we were eating before. But keto is a lifestyle. You're going to do this for the rest of your life. And I know everybody's going, oh, I won't have nothing to eat but eggs. And that's simply not true. There are so many things to eat. You're just going to adjust a few things. And I'm going to tell you, the first thing you need to give up is sugar. Sugar is nature's sweetest poison, and it is poison to your body, it's poison to your organs, and it's poison to your joints. Stop eating sugar. I use the generic Splenda. It comes in a yellow bag. I get it from Walmart, and yes, it's more expensive than sugar. It is. But it also lasts longer, because eventually, when you first start, sugar is an addictive substance. And you're going to go through withdrawals. And when I first started using the generic Splenda, I couldn't taste it. I absolutely could not taste it. And I had to use like an entire cup of it to sweeten my tea because I couldn't taste it. But you know what? Now that it's been so many years and I've gotten all of that sugar out of my system, Splenda, or generic Walmart brand sweetener. I guess I shouldn't be saying Splenda since it's a brand name. But now it measures just like regular sugar did. Actually, I use less of it than I would have used of regular sugar. I don't miss sugar. Every now and then I'll think, oh, I miss eating this or that, and I'll take a bite of it and I'll be like, oh my goodness, that tastes awful, because I cannot stand the taste of sugar now. And the next thing you want to cut out is carbs, and start with bread. Don't do it all at once, because you're going to fail. You're setting yourself up for failure. Start with sugar. Take a month. Get out of the sugar habit. And then the next month, get out of the white bread habit. And that doesn't mean that you can't ever eat bread again. You just have to buy, like I use the zero carb little street tortillas. I use, there's a keto seeded bread, and I think it's Oral Wheat makes it, but I'm not sure. And yes, it is a little more expensive than regular bread, but everything's expensive now, and you're doing this for your health. How much does going to the doctor cost you? How much is your insurance rates? You know, you got to think of it in long term, and you got to think of it in how much better you're going to feel, and how much less you're going to weigh, and how much less you're going to be going to the doctor, and how much less medication you're going to need. It all adds up, and it's all for your benefit. So don't start with me with, oh, keto's so expensive. No, it's not. What's expensive is you being so overweight that you can't get up out of your chair, that you being so overweight that you have to use the riding carts when you go shopping at Walmart, and all of the money that you are spending on junk food like chips and candy and pre-made foods that you just pop in the microwave, those things will kill you. They are bad for you. They have so many preservatives and other stuff in them that you don't even really know about. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Look up some of those how it's made videos and go to food. I just saw one on how fruit roll-ups are made. Ooh, that was the grossest thing I had ever seen. It was terrible. But you know what you can eat? You can eat vegetables. You can eat salads all day long. You can eat seafood and fish. You can eat pork and chicken and meat and bacon and eggs. And get the low-carb breads. Get the low-carb or zero-carb tortillas. See, it's just making small adjustments. Get the generic sweetener. Get off of sugar. That right there is one of the biggest things and how bad it is for you. And once you get rid of it, yes, this is Boo Boo, my little Chihuahua troublemaker. But get off of the sugar and be healthy. And Yahweh Ropheka will help you heal because he is God. He is our healer. And he wants you to be healthy and happy. God bless you. And have a great day. Leave us a share, a like, and a subscribe, and leave a leave a comment for me. And if you have a prayer request, you can leave it in the comments, or you can send me an email. God bless you.